my channel. It's another Natalie and Elise. Happy Easter, everyone! We know not everyone celebrates Easter, but for those of you that do, happy Easter. Happy Easter. Today we're going to be painting using acrylic paints, and we are going to be painting bunnies. Bunnies and like cute Easter eggs, maybe even a little chick, you know. Just some cute festive things. And we're not anyway really good at painting at all. It honestly kind of scares me every time I started painting. Yeah, because it's like, you're committed. You have to finish this. Yeah. I'm going to be using this reference. It's a picture that I took in Illinois of an eastern cottontail. Yeah. And he's really cute. So that's the bunny that I'm going to be painting. Yeah. So I guess we can just start with the sketch. Okay, cue the time lapse. 3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, so I am going to be going first, and me and Natalie are going to go one at a time, so it's just a little bit easier on your eyes, and you know who to focus on. But so I'm starting off with the sketch, and it's not going quite how I wanted it because the proportions are a little bit off, but I finally can I finally make it how I want it. And I was taking little bits from a bunch of different reference photos, so that's probably why I was having trouble with the proportions, because I never really had a set reference photo that I was looking at the entire time. And I also added in a chick because I felt like there was a lot of empty space over on that side. And also later on in my time lapse, if you see like an egg is magically painted or something, and that's actually just because sometimes I was really lazy and I would come downstairs and be like, I don't need to set up the whole camera and everything. I mean, it'll just be like this tiny little thing that I do. And then I end up doing like a lot and get carried away. So sorry about that. But for now, I think I'll just let you enjoy my painting and some nice music. So yeah. So I'm pretty happy with how it's looking so far. I think that they look pretty cute. The little chick's face isn't quite how I want it. And this one is kind of lumpy in some spots, if you can see, like right there. But I'm still kind of waiting for it to dry, and my paper plate is full of lots of paint. I might have to get a new one pretty soon, but I'm still using some of it. As you can see, I think the grass has turned out pretty well. But yeah, I think I just have to keep working on it for a little bit longer until I'm happy. Alright, it is my turn now. So I'm just starting with sketching the eastern cottontail, and in the original reference, which you can see in the corner there were no visible legs or front legs, but I just added them on mine because it looked better in my opinion with them visible and not completely hidden by grass. And I also added 2 Easter eggs towards the top of the canvas just to add some bright colors and make it a little bit more Easter. I don't know. And I'm about to start actually adding the paint, and I started with this brown color, and that color was okay for the part that's in the shadow, but then the color that I used for the lighter part is like really off, but I fixed that later. And I started to add all these shadows and stuff, but then I realized that's going to look so flat. So then I started to add some more fur texture. Does anyone else feel like paint is just really pretty and satisfying? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But now I'm just adding a lot of fur texture, and I'm just pushing the paint around to make it how I want. And if I see like a light spot or a dark spot in the reference, then I'll add that in too. And there's where I fixed the light part of the rabbit. And I'm about to start working on the face, and one thing that I think is really cool about the face is it has lots of color variation and interesting patterning, and like it has a light part on the like nose area and above the eye, and then there's like this dark eyebrow looking thing, and there's this light part on the edge of the face and on the edge of the ear, and I don't know, I just think it's really pretty, and I'm glad I picked this to paint. Now, when I originally picked this color for the grass, I just used it straight out of the tube, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be fine, but it turned out really neon, and also it was like really patchy and thin and transparent, and I feel like that was kind of a bad move. And it's like, how am I supposed to add the green on top of that when it's already always all completely green? It's like, I feel like I should just add the dirt and add the green on top. Now I'm working on the tail, and there wasn't much of the tail visible in the original reference. I painted like a full tail here, but then later I covered it up with some of the greenery that's in the reference. And now I'm attempting to add grass, and I'm just realizing that this is not working, and I mixed a really dull color for the grass. So I'm adding some dirt patches that I see in the reference, and it is just looking so terrible. So I've decided to cover it up with complete dirt. Well, paint dirt, but yeah. And then add the grass on top, so then it'll look like there's some dirt peeking through where I didn't add the grass. And I'm trying to do that pattern that's in the reference of the shadow, but it didn't work, so I sketched it out in white and then painted over it, and that worked really well. And I'm filling in the spaces that aren't covered by the fence in a light green, and then using a dark green for the shadow. And then I'm using that same light green for the highlighted grass in the shadowed area, and then I use white for the highlighted grass in the light area. And I also added some little green shoot thingies by the eastern cottontail, and I didn't make them exactly like the reference, but I like how they turned out in the end. I'm also adding a little bit of dirt over by one of the eggs, and I think it looks good. Now I'm working on the real fence,
And I really like the colors that I picked and the colors in the original reference. There was like, you could see in it the blues and the gray and the green in it. And I really liked mixing that and blending it. It was really fun and kind of satisfying. And now I'm mixing a color and I'm going to use that color on the egg. And I decided to do a blue egg and a yellow egg. But the yellow paint I used was so transparent, so I had to like wait for that to dry and then go over it with another coat. And then that made it look a lot better. And I'm trying to add some grass like over the eggs so they don't look like they're stuck on like a sticker. And now I'm just adding the signature and I'm done. Here it is. I have spent a really long time on this painting, but I think the final result is totally worth it. I love how every part of it looks. I think the eggs look really cute, but not quite as cute as the cottontail. He is just so precious, and the original reference didn't have a super bright highlight on the eye, but I just added it because I think it makes everything come alive. And I just love how everything pops, and I think it's really good.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video.
And I hope you had a super happy and fun Easter.
Yeah, we're actually filming this on Easter because we are a little late. Or the schedule, or what we actually planned that we were going to do. We couldn't figure out a way for that to work. But I am so happy with my final result, and I think I'm going to be painting a lot more. And if you guys want more painting videos, comment down below because we'd be so happy to film those.
I really like how mine looks, and I think both of ours turned out really good, even though they kind of took a long time.
Yeah, they did take a while. Yeah, I think there's like a little bird chirping or something. What is that? It sounds almost like a woodpecker, but I don't know.
Anyway,
Yeah.
bye!
Bye!